team and group dynamics. So glad I was able to
We are
pull that
live.
through. Thank you for your support.
Hi, Stella.
Hello.
Hello.
You.
Fantastic.
Hi.
I'm doing great.
Good to see you. I was supposed to be in Group A, but I've requested to join Group B late because I'm here in Geneva representing my country and chairing a meeting. So I just said, let me say hello, disappear. Then if I can join Group B late, I'll appreciate it. 30 minutes late or thereabout.
No
Is
problem.
that okay? Okay, thank you. Good to see you. Hi,
Good to
Dr.
see you
Lambert.
too.
Good to see you.
I remember the thesis with Dr. Felix Valentine too.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Lambert.
Dr. Lambert, Dr. Freddy.
Hi,
we're
Dr.
live.
Felix. Hope you're good. You're
Dr.
muted.
Freddy, how are you?
Fantastic. I'm doing great. I hope you're doing great yourself.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm pushing.
Excellent.
It's okay. Thank you.
Excellent.
Does everybody have the link to the ceremony on Sunday?
No, not yet.
No, you don't. Oh,
Not yet.
I haven't seen the link yet.
We already sent the
Hey.
emails. They should be getting them like probably by today, but we can also share the link here.
Felipe,
I mean,
are they going out in an email?
What time? What time is the graduation?
It's gonna be at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the US. I mean,
Okay.
like around 2 p.m.
Yeah, about 7 p.m. in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hi, Dr. Ayeni.
Ooh.
Good afternoon, Dr. Fumi.
Good afternoon.
Excuse me, I need a little water. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good
Hello.
afternoon.
Hello, yourself.
Yes.
Afternoon.
Dr. Freddy, good afternoon.
If you look
Good
at the
afternoon.
chat, you will see the link for the virtual graduation on Sunday.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Can the
Much.
link be sent to our various emails?
It's in the chat
Yeah,
box already.
we're also sending an email, but this is just for like everybody to have it.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
But you're supposed to get an email very soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Felipe, I don't think I have an email yet on that, do I?
I think yesterday they sent them to Spanish students because I got them in my inbox to Spanish students. So I'm assuming they're sending the email to English students today.
Okay, but it's the same link, right?
Yeah, it's the same link. Like regardless, you guys can go to AIUvirtualgraduation.org, and usually all the previous graduations and this graduation are going to be there.
I'm going to put what I have in chat. Oh, is that you just put that there?
I already added, yeah.
There, yeah, that's the one. There's also a YouTube link and a Facebook link.
Yeah.
Should I put those in too?
Yeah, if they want. I mean, like the ceremony is going to be there, but whatever you have handy, like if you're on Facebook or if you're on YouTube first, I mean, you can also watch it there. That is just like the page, the official page of the graduation, where you actually can see every graduate has a page where we uploaded your pictures and your video. You have some messages from like very important people and some encouraging words from the board members.
Okay.
Can I ask Dr. Lambert? There was a program I ran into yesterday on YouTube, but it was a live program from AIU. I think I saw you, but I didn't understand the language. What was the program all about?
Spanish.
Oh, that was,
it was
Spanish.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
It's the same thing we're going to do today, but for the Spanish students.
Okay. I got it. Okay.
Did you show up yesterday? Oh, you saw it on YouTube?
I saw it on YouTube. I saw it on YouTube. I just saw it on YouTube. Yeah.
Well, Felipe's fast. He uploaded that to YouTube fast. So I think, are we recording yet, Felipe?
Yeah, we're live since 5 minutes ago.
But I don't see a recording here on Zoom. Do you want to record it on Zoom?
Yeah, we can start recording.
Okay, let me try.
Recording in progress.
There we go. Welcome to the AIU Graduation Conference for Human Rights. We have all the graduates here. Well, some of the graduates. This is a sort of a select group of graduates who are here to talk about human rights, their lives, their AIU programs, and also the objectives of the United Nations for a sustainable world. This is part of being an AIU student, is that you study your major, but you also get a broader vision of how to make the world a better place. And that's one of the highest goals, really, of education, is to develop that wisdom of how to really make the world a better place for us and for the next generations. And that's what we're working on here. And so my name is Dr. Edward Lambert. I'm also here with advisor Dr. Freddie Frejus. Hello, introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. Hello, hello.
We
Do
can hear
me?
you.
Hello.
Hello, Dr. Fred.
Yes, I'm Dr. Freddie, academic advisor at AIU, and I'll be your host with Dr. Edward. You can go ahead and present yourself, and yeah, we can go from there.
Yeah, I'll do a quick introduction here. Bring up the presentation.
Good morning and good afternoon.
There.
My name is Dr. Felix Valentine. It's a pleasure being on this program. I've just completed my doctorate in sustainable energy engineering. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Felix.
Yeah, just to go through, this is the
I am
graduation.
Mercy Eberechukwu Opara from Nigeria. I just completed my doctorate in education, and kudos to AIU for the privilege. Thank you. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, Mercy.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon and good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Now I'm proud to say that, Dr. Fumilayo Oyefusi. I completed my doctorate in organizational and human development, and I work with a development sector, an NGO in Nigeria. Thank you and congratulations to everyone.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon. I'm Betty Mutombo from Zambia. I've completed my education in business management. I work in Zambia with Tudikwashi Healthcare Project. It's an NGO. Congratulations to everyone.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Christian Natoya, a Nigerian. I work with the Department of State Service. I'm a security expert. I just concluded my PhD in information technology. I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Abdurazak Yusuf, PhD. I just completed PhD in accounting. I'm the MD CEO of Austrian Energy Solutions Limited. I'm proudly from Nigeria. I can see Nigeria is fully represented here. Congratulations, everyone.
Okay. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Dr. Olakunle Ayeni. I just concluded my PhD in marketing. Presently, I work in a food manufacturing company in Nigeria. Once again, I'd like to say a big congratulations to everybody for going through this transformative journey and for graduating at this level. Congratulations, everyone.
Good afternoon, good morning to everyone, and congratulations for the completion of your studies. I'm Patricia Kandu from Zambia. I completed my bachelor's in psychology. I work for Stanbic Bank in Zambia, and I'm a supervisor, and this qualification really is going to help me because I have a lot of people who are reporting into me. Thank you so much and best wishes for the future to everyone.
Hi, good afternoon, good morning, everyone. My name is Tulisile Mamba. I completed my master's in finance. I would like to congratulate everyone who has taken this journey and good luck for your future endeavors. So I work for Cummins, a company called Cummins South Africa. It's a company that manufactures engines, and I am the finance controller. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, good morning, everyone.
Cecilia. Go ahead.
Yes, my name is Cecilia. Thank you very much, Dr. Edward. My name is Cecilia Lubumbashi Mlenga. I've just completed my master's in communications and public relations. I work for the government of the Republic of Zambia, and my specialization is communications. I would like to say thank you. Thank you to AIU for the time that I was called. Congratulations to every one of you on this platform. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Brain Trust?
Yeah, good morning, good evening, everyone. I'm glad to be here. I'm called Dr. Wilberforce Pade Nahabwe. I'm so glad because this is my first time to call myself a doctor without pretending. I want to thank AIU for giving me that wonderful opportunity. The time I've been with you have been so exciting, and I'd like to congratulate my colleagues that are on this panel, but also others that are not here that are going to graduate on Sunday. Congratulations, everyone. I look forward to a successful discussion during this panel. I work for a company called Brain Trust Consult Limited, where I'm seated right now, and I'm the managing director of this company. I'm glad that you have empowered me with the skills to advance this company even further and to work for community empowerment.
Excellent. Alenuga, Aleleke. Unmute your microphone.
You're muted. Yes, you're muted.
Here, I'll ask you to unmute. There.
Dr. Lambert, my PhD is in project management. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention so.
Excellent.
Hello.
Hello.
My name is Adeleke Adenuga Francis. I'm glad to address myself as Dr. Adeleke Adenuga now, thanks to AIU. I'm an educationist, and I had my PhD in education from the Department of Social and Human Studies. And I'm privileged to come by a solid idea from AIU, which enables me to register an NGO with the Federal Ministry of, with the Federal Government of Nigeria, which is now licensed. We call it EDUCI, Education and Social Integration Initiative. And we are ongoing. We are getting good results and good vibes. And I'm glad that I met Dr. Lambert and Dr. Fred in those my thesis then. It was so wonderful. It pushes me to start this NGO. Actually, I work with Faith Academy. It's an education institute in Nigeria, in Abuja, a network of schools, and I'm their supervisor. And with this, my new exploit now, I wish to resign and be able to face my work. You know what I mean? The NGO. We are thinking about it. Let's get our certificate first. Thank you. I'm very grateful for being an alumni of AIU.
There's a story there.
Good story.
Yes.
Good job.
Gloria Raphael.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
My name is Gloria Raphael from Lagos, Nigeria. I just completed my PhD in human resource management. And I'm glad to say that I'm now officially being called doctor. I appreciate Dr. Edward Lambert, and Freddie, and many other people that helped us, our tutors and the advisors. You guys are very great and lovely, so caring. And so, so I'm so happy to be called Dr. Mrs. Gloria Raphael. I work with Authentic Heritage Limited here in Lagos. And I also I'm their human resource manager. And I also work with Gubani Deam Scrutnot, is in Germany. I'm their human resource business partner. So once more, congratulations, everybody. I'm so happy to meet every one of us. Cheers.
I think, anybody else? Dr. Freddie? Is that everybody?
I'm sure we got everyone. I think
Yeah.
Betty, I've not talked yet. Betty?
Patricia, Kunle, Ayeni. Dulisile? Yes. Well, I want to say one thing. Congratulations to everybody, but you are graduating. But even after you graduate, AIU is always here to support you. If you need books, if you need guidance for doing a presentation, if you need letters of recommendation, if you always have your student page open, and so you always have access to the AIU library. So in the future, you still have AIU as a resource to continue moving forward, even after you graduate, okay? We're always here with the resources that you need to move forward. And I think almost everybody here has a doctorate. Is that true? Seems like it.
Yeah.
Wow. Charles Niame just showed up. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay. I am Charles Nyame, currently living and working in Ireland. I did a master's degree program on human development.
Excellent. Excellent. Oh, this is it's such an exciting time to be graduating and to have this ceremony. And so everybody knows that 2 o'clock on Sunday, Eastern time of the US, you have the virtual ceremony for the graduation. And then at 3:45, an hour and 45 minutes later, you come together and celebrate and talk and bring your families, and we'll celebrate the moment of graduation. And so everybody comes together in one group, and we'll sing and talk and have lots of fun. Because this is really a moment to celebrate. You've worked hard on this for years and years and years to get to this point. And this, getting a doctorate and this type of knowledge that you have now, and all of the other graduates, even who aren't doctorates, if you're in a bachelor's program or a master's program, you still have that knowledge advancing and growing, taking you to higher levels in your life. So I see a new student, Dave Mange. Can you talk with us and introduce yourself? I asked him to unmute his microphone. Dave Mange? Okay, so we'll continue on. Dr. Freddie, let's go into back into the presentation, and we'll look at the AIU mission to be a higher learning institution concerned about generating alternatives for cultural development that will be sustained. Sustaining a better life is important for a more efficient administration of the world village and its environment, supporting human and community rights through diversity with the ultimate goal of sustainable satisfaction with the evolution of the world. So the United Nations objectives for a sustainable world have it all together. They have everything in those 17 objectives to give a vision for a better world. And then we have the AIU vision, which is the empowerment of the individual towards the convergence of the world through a sustainable educational design based on andragogy. And with that, Dr. Freddie, you can talk
about Dr. Edward. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Edwards. I would like us to talk to look at the andragogy method of learning used by AIU in order to disseminate information to our students. What makes AIU different from other universities is the fact that we incorporate into our learning style the work experience of our students. We take in considerations the work environment and experiences that they could have gained during their work. So we ask you most of the time, it's an open curriculum, and we ask our students to adopt some of the courses that they would like to incorporate in order to be a better person or to be better in their day-to-day activities. It could be at their workplace. So that makes one of the key components of our education style. So Dr. Edward, you can move ahead with the next one. The next slide.
So as you graduate, you have a degree, but you have this question of, do you have the degree or are you the degree? Because you can say, I have a degree in a doctorate in project management, a doctorate in education. But the thing is you are the doctorate. It's that you are the expert. That diploma, that degree represents who you are. And so as you move into society, you're not just showing people your degree, you're showing people who you are by what you do and what you say and the decisions that you make and the wisdom that you talk about. And so as you move forward, you are a doctor, you are the degree, and that represents your knowledge, your capacities, your values, your skills. So want to make that clear. Okay, let's move on. Dr. Freddie?
Yes, the second slide is about the human rights, which are basic rights and freedom that belong to every human being in this world. And at AIU, we are actually trying to incorporate our style to the human rights of the human rights. And we want all our students to be able to share those key components of the human rights in order to have a better world. Next slide. Dr. Edward? You're muted.
Thank you, Dr. Freddie. Okay, the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. You know what these are. We send out emails pretty much every week on doing an assignment on one of these. But these are the areas of the world that really need help. They need our support. A sustainable city, reduced inequalities, quality education, taking care of the fish in the ocean and the animals on the land, climate, affordable and clean energy. These are all elements that are going to make a better sustainable world. But I do want to say one thing. When you look at these, first apply them to your own life. like quality education. You've all looked at your own life and said, I want a better education. Yes, the world needs a better education, but now you represent quality education. And let's go to peace, justice, and strong institutions. The objective number 16. Okay, you think we need to have peace in this world. The government needs to be just. The government needs to take care of the people. And we need to have justice. And we need to have strong institutions. We need to have governments that aren't corrupt. We need to have governments that are out working for people. But now stop and think. Apply objective 16 to your own life to make sure you have peace within you, your inner peace, and that you are just and fair with the people around you, and that you are a strong institution, that you are a strength for the world, and that your family is a strong institution, and that your family is now making your community a better place, and then your community becomes a strong institution with peace and justice. So you take each one of these objectives and you start from yourself and move outwards towards the world, so that you are taking care of affordable and clean energy, so that you have responsible consumption and production through your work and what you buy and what you use. And you take good health and well-being, that you're also taking care of yourself and helping other people become healthier too. So these are the development goals that really guide our lives and the world in all these different areas. And I think with that, Dr. Freddie, now all the students will start responding and talking about their visions.
Sure. And we're going to start by Dr. Felix. Can you go ahead? Because I know you
okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. First, I want to once again congratulate AIU, the faculty, Dr. Lambert, and everybody for adopting the SDG as part of your culture, as part of the culture, because it's very critical that a university adopts such a global, a global objective as its own, institutional objective, and then, drive it that students should capture. I heard you say, it has to be personal, and truly, if you don't make it personal, you cannot provide any global expansion. My background, I'm a Nigerian. My background is primarily oil and gas. I've been in the oil and gas for about 32 years. And then, and then I woke up and I realized that why did I go into sustainable energy engineering study? It became clear that what was putting food on my table is destroying other people. I studied petroleum engineering up to master's level. I realized that the fossil fuel that we're so proud of, when we were growing up as kids, everybody wanted to work in the oil and gas industry. I also came from the Niger Delta area, so we saw as kids, oil rigs, oil vessels. So our biggest ambition is to be oil people, because we know nothing about environment. We all know everything about oil and the petrodollar. So fortunately, I graduated as a petroleum engineer and then started working in the oil industry. I had my first career with Shell Petroleum. But as we matured and started looking at global phenomena, I realized that what was something that was so strategic, so ambitious, so fulfilling, is becoming, a problem to the world. And so I told some of my friends, my other mentors in Nigerian universities that, listen, I want to study energy engineering. They said, why? I said, I want to move away from petroleum. They said, why? I said, because I've spent this long in petroleum, so I need to start looking at how to balance, how to play, because I understand petroleum, I understand what it does, I understand all of these flare pollutions and all that. So why don't I start moving to an environment that can mitigate and provide solution to the problem that we have created over the years? So that is how I found myself with sustainable energy engineering with AIU. As I speak to you, fortunately, I am working with an institute in Nigeria with my former school, University of Port Harcourt, and then an institute in Sweden. Was supposed to travel first week in April 18 actually. I did a paper on which I submitted to them on mitigating methane emission in oil and gas, how to curtail, how to reduce, how to control. So there's going to be a 1-week seminar in a university in Sweden in their Environment Institute. You can imagine what AIU have done for me. A petroleum engineer now discussing environment control. And I'm one of the key participants because I've submitted my paper to them. And I'm going to be discussing purely, because my paper was oil and gas. And I'm working with an environment institute in Nigeria.
I need to say something that we're going to have to probably limit the speaking to about 3 minutes.
Okay.
So that we have time for everybody.
Right. Okay. Sorry. I think, yeah, I'll just get it. So in summary.
But your thesis work in alternative energies and petroleum and economic development for Nigeria was brilliant.
Thank you, sir. So in summary, I think I am more of a sustainable energy person than a petroleum person. And I'm hoping that by coming back from Sweden, I will make a great impact in the process of mitigating emissions in Nigeria. And we hope to work with the federal government. We hope to work with the regulatory authorities to start looking at how to be part of the emission control. So that is what I'm doing, and I'm very proud of it. And I think AIU should be proud of what they have produced. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, Dr. Freddie, you choose who goes next. And I'm gonna try and have a little clock here to show about 3 minutes so that.
Let's go with Francis Adenuga. You're still muted, sir. Francis, you're still muted.
Hold on, I'll ask him to unmute. There we go.
Hello, quickly. Thank you for picking me next. Quickly, within 3 minutes. Let me summarize what I've achieved so far. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Okay. So far, I'm in the middle of 3 institutions. The EDUCI, Education and Social Integration Initiative, that I'm privileged to kickstart and start up through the help of AIU. We have discovered that to help people is to create jobs for them. To integrate people to society is to give them what they can do and achieve by themselves to feed themselves. If you give them money, they will spend it. If you accommodate them, they will need to feed them. So now I lost my mother in November, so I was forced to go to leave Abuja to Ogun State, Ijebu-Igbo, for the burial something. So quickly, I practiced EDUCI there. I went through charity started from home. I went through my king, the headship of the town. Wow, we were able to see, to get to people, you go through their head. And they took up the project. Now, we have a lot of idea of what job to create, machineries to turn cassava to gari, and a lot. And don't forget, I am a teacher in Faith Academy owned by Living Faith Church Worldwide. And they don't want to release me now there. So, and I'm afraid of leaving because of salary. The project has not been bringing money yet. And I don't want to just go out. So I'm taking my time on what to do. And don't forget, I'm a producer. I produce books, the computer teacher, where I get some resources. So I'm taking my time to go out there and launch out. I don't know what to do, but I'm still thinking. Thank you. Maybe if you give me an idea, I will follow.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Francis.
I'll say one thing. For people who are looking for grant money around the world for different projects, if you tie your project into these United Nations SDG goals, it's more likely you're going to get the grant. Because these organizations are trying to form an alliance with the United Nations.
Can I see you for that? I need that connection. I need that connection. A lot of idea to help people to get job. We have it in EduC. Too many. Reality. Thank you, sir.
Dr. Freddie?
Dr. Edward, the next one going to be, let's go with Charles Nyami. Hi, Charles. You can go ahead.
I'm trying, okay. Yeah, first of all, I am very grateful to all the team in AIU for helping me achieve this milestone. I come from a religious background. I'm a Catholic priest. I come from Nigeria, although I'm on a mission now in Ireland for 5 years. So within the course of these 5 years, I decided to start these studies with AIU because I basically live with people and I've gone to all parts of my state. I have walked with people. I have eaten the food they eat. I have slept where they sleep. I have trespassed where they trespass, in the mountains, in the terrains, all kinds of terrains and things like that. So I see, you know, the kind of life they live and how things can be better. And that is why I chose for my thesis, like how to break the cycle of poverty, you know, in my state through education, because I identify education and agriculture as the basic things that will help my people in my community when I get back, you know, to help them to be able to overcome this cycle of poverty. Because I was very disturbed in 2019 by statistics that my state and one other state had the highest number of people living below the poverty line. So that inspired me, you know, towards choosing the topic of my own thesis, so that whatever experience I learn and I get, I will be able to use it, you know, to help my community to be able to break that cycle of poverty, you know, as families and also in the state. So this is my goal and this is my mission and this is my aim.
Thank you so much.
Perfect.
Thank you so much, Charles, for this excellent presentation. So, Dr. Edward, we are going to move to Cecilia Lumbumashi. I think I'm correct with your name.
Thank you, Charles, for showing your heart and your strength. Okay, who's next, Cecilia?
Yes.
Thank you very much, Dr. Fred. And it's a privilege really to be on this platform, having finished my studies and hoping that in future I could pursue my doctorate with AIU. It's also interesting to note that AIU has incorporated the UNESCO Sustainable Development Goals in its endeavor to actually give education to all those that are interested. And some of the key interesting sustainable goals that I see is quality education and also gender equality. My study was focused on understanding public relations as a management function, the case of Zambia. There's been so much focus on looking at this issue as a technical aspect rather than it being practiced as a management, practice. What I mean is that so much focus has been put on looking at it from the point of view of just releasing press statements, and rather than looking at the bigger picture of, look as an organization looking at plans, like strategic plans. You may wish to know that for any organization, there are so many projects that need to be known by the community using, the various public relations tools. We cannot talk about development. We cannot talk about achieving various projects, development projects, without us incorporating communication and public relations. So it is important that we shift the way the focus has been of looking at, public relations as just a technical, practice, but also as a management function. When we talk about it being a management function, we're talking about it being, being planned for, putting in place strategic plans that will help us achieve the projects or objectives that we set for ourselves as an organization or institutions. So in talking in terms of, education quality, improving the quality of education globally, first of all, I must admit that I've improved myself from the level of first degree to the master's degree, and I look forward to even doing much more. But then again, I'm thinking that knowledge cannot just end up with me. I need to also help those that need to know what I've learned, meaning that I'm interested in, lecturing. So far, I've started applying, and I'm hoping that one day I can come up with my own, my own institution where I can be able to deliver this education and knowledge. And also in terms of improving gender equality, I see that the society we live in, it's still massively male-dominated. And I think that in as far as the education is concerned, we need to continue incorporating the gender equality. What are we talking about? We are talking about ensuring that more women are taken on board and as far as education is concerned. And I think that AIU has given me this opportunity of self-sustenance. Traditionally, we've always looked at education as where you get from the lecturer. But from the point of view of AIU, I've learned that you need to be a starter yourself, because it is me who knows what I want, or what is best for me. It is me who is going to apply whatever I've gotten from AIU. So I think from this perspective, I'm really appreciative, and I'm hoping that I can do much more, even authoring books. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Wise words. It's just another person in the world who's going to be making the world a better place. Dr. Freddie, who's next?
Dr. Mercy Opara.
Where did Mercy go?
Yeah, good morning, everyone again. I'm so excited to be called Dr. Mercy Opara by Dr. Freddy. So it's a great milestone that AIU has actually assisted me to actualize in my life. And I say kudos again to everyone. You are wonderful people. So in brief, I come from eastern side of Nigeria, and as a child, I was impacted by the Civil War, especially on education. So as I grew and joined the private sector, I called Kingsway stores as a teenager, then from there, migrated to United Nations, also as a youth. And having gone through like from Millennium Development Goals that we are not achieved, as I continue to ask them when I was in service, now to Sustainable Development Goals targeted for 2030. I had a burden for education, and that burden actually was my drive. Number one, because when one is not well informed, the person becomes deformed. Like Jesus said, my people perish due to lack of knowledge. So that was my driving force to go into my BEd in education. After that, my MEd in education, and finally trying to find my path at the doctorate level. And behold, AIU is there for me, that today I have actualized my dream. But my goal is actually to impact lives, just like Dr. Lambert said, to have and to be. Actually, my goal is to be and not just to have. And that has made me this place I am now. It's a place that I have gotten. I am, by the grace of God, the executive director of the private company, Marcel Training and Consultancy Services Limited. And my primary goal is to counsel the youths, both on quality education, which actually was my drive for my thesis, which I owe both for AIU, for United Nations, for UNESCO, you know, assessing the effects of behavioral change on achieving quality in education, considering the ills that happen, that actually some youths or some children actually suffer in education sector, which I cannot enumerate now. So in my little way in this place, I normally counsel them both on their career paths, both on achieving quality education, running away from drug addict, studying their books, and also supporting them in a little way, either with education material. Like yesterday, about 6 of them ran to this place from school that they were to sit for a particular subject today. And it's only one of them that had the textbook. So on that ground, what I did was to make photocopy to make sure at least half of them had materials to study for today, not just to look for where to copy and that, to ensure that quality is achieved in education. So apart from that also, I support little on kind of argumenting on school bills or education bills for those who cannot actually go it alone. So because I don't have time to say all, and on Sunday, Sunday before last, 13th of March, we are 40 years in marriage, because not just you that cry to this place, also married women cry to this place. And by God's grace, with my counseling skills, which I've gained from AIU, I was able, at least they will live here with laughter. And this book was published on the 13th of March to mark our 40th year in marriage. And at least the feedback I've been getting from married people is encouraging. So I don't have time, but I want to say again, I'm so glad that AIU has produced somebody like me for my generation. That what I suffered, what I passed through, that by God's grace, my generation in my little world will not pass through that because AIU is available for them. Thank you. Kudos.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mercy, for your excellent presentation once again. Dr. Edward, we are going to move to the next.
Okay, I just want to say that here at AIU, we want to bring out your essence of who you are as a unique and unrepeatable person. Who are you? And so Mercy Opara is representing who she is and her vision of the world. And it's just being fruit. It's like a tree just producing fruit for everybody to consume and be nourished. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we're going to move with Betty. Can you unmute yourself, Betty?
I'll go ahead and start the timer. We'll try to keep these to about 3 minutes. We'll try.
Hello to everyone. I'm Betty from Zambia, and I thank AIU for giving us this opportunity and impacting knowledge in us that it's not all about what we read in the books or on the internet. It's also the platform that you've given us to interact with each other and hear the stories from Nigeria, from different parts of the world. That is really enriching our lives and see how people do things differently. And in my own world and in my organization, we work with community. It's a community-based organization. We work with the poor. So when we go in the communities, we find women who never been at school before, and we impact them with skills like training of survival skills like tailoring, making of mats, cooking, baking, all those things that can help them to earn a living. Maybe the other thing that we've seen that gender-based violence for some years now has been going up in Zambia. So we thought like those women, you know, money is power. When you impact them with knowledge or a skill and they know that they can take care of themselves, they've got money that they can buy whatever they need for their children. They can contribute to the income of the household. It gives them power and confidence. Then we've seen that because of that, many children suffer with malnutrition. We've got nutrition programs for undernourished children, even some women in those remote areas or peri-urban areas in our districts. Then the other thing that we do again is wash is water, sanitation, and hygiene. Many of our communities, especially peri-urban, don't have sanitation. So that's where we are going, maybe to drill boreholes and use a hand pump because it's sustainable. And when we do that, we even train them so that they don't have to go and to source for money to look for people who can come and repair those things. We want for themselves to be able to repair and maintain the pumps. That will help the project to be sustainable. Even if us as an organization, we've left the area or the community, but the community can take care of themselves. And we also impacted in our organization HIV advocacy. We've been working with mature people like who are not young. We believe many of us our age, some of the people are HIV positive. We were just trying to help them to see how they can live positively and knowing that being HIV positive cannot stop them to live a fully life. But we've seen that youth have been withdrawn from HIV advocacy. But believe you me that among the youth that we have in this generation, some of them are positive. That way they inherited it from their parents. So we need to teach them, to bring them on board so that they can start teaching each other at school We need to break the barrier of sex at school on our younger generation, because as they don't know their status, some of them don't know. They just know in the morning that they give us they give them vitamins, but those parents knows that they are giving them antivirals. So we really need to teach our children to start speaking about HIV at school, and to make that anti-AIDS clubs at school to be viable. Even the youth-friendly corners, that's the clinic where they can speak freely. That will help us to break the stigma and discrimination against the people living with HIV. Then we've also
powerful project.
Adopted the tree planting in our project, because we know that the world now, we are living in a global warming because of cutting trees anyhow. You know, it's more like the rains, we don't know when they come and when they are finishing. When it's rain season, then it starts raining. When it's raining, then the rain stops as if we are. So all that we don't really understand. So that's the job that we found ourselves every day, dealing with every day. And I'm thankful that I had the opportunity to come to AIU and learn business management, because I understand that business management, or at whatever level you are, either you are in a private sector or public sector or charity, we deal with business every day. So what the knowledge that I've acquired at AIU will help me in every sector to deal with business every day. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We are going to Dr. Chris now. Please go ahead, Dr. Chris.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Freddy. Thank you, everyone, for this opportunity. My name is Dr. Christian Natwanya. I'm a Nigerian. I work with a leading intelligence agency in Nigeria. We all know Nigeria is bedeviled with a lot of security challenges. And without security, there cannot be development. Nigeria being the largest Black nation in the world, Nigeria being the giant of Africa, is ridiculed with this terrorism. And this has really affected our speed of progress. So having found myself in a security organization while I was a bootcamper, immediately after my university, I started thinking, how can I contribute? How can I solve this problem that is really being of a challenge to my country? As a human being, I enjoy technology. I enjoy electronics. I enjoy seeing how things work. How do I galvanize electronics and seeing how things work? And again, I found myself in a very peculiar department where I'm working. And it was, I think, Bill Clinton that said, communication is a vital tool in fighting terrorism. So my thesis, I looked at, Nigerians are known to be a loving nation, peace-caring people, and all of a sudden we can now see a suicide bomber. All of a sudden we can now see people going to market and opening gunshot, and it became a challenge. And something tells me that this is not what we are known for. And again, looking at the crisis in Sahel part of Africa, the crisis in Libya, Sudan, Mali, and the rest of them, I felt there's a way we should be able to check this. There's a way we should be able to find out who are the people constituting this nuisance. So it drove me to look at data integration. Having had the privilege of traveling all the 36 states of the country and basing in Federal Capital Territory, I felt there is something I can contribute. How do I find out who is culpable of committing the crime? How do I find out the immigrants we have in the country? And then AIU presented the opportunity for me to go in depth in studying this and developing a form of a program that I'm currently working with my office to see how we develop these bigger structures. And it gives us a leverage to find out who are Nigerians, who is committing a crime from a particular place. If you commit a crime and then you run away to another section or another part of the country, with what we are beginning to design or what we are beginning to look into, to be easy for security agencies to track you and then prosecute you. So this is an opportunity that I have really gotten from AIU, and not just the knowledge I also garnered, it gave me a form of a privilege. If I'm talking, people look at me and I'm talking from a sense of knowledge, from a sense of background, from a sense of authority. And this is what matters. That is why I'm forever grateful for AIU for this contribution in my life, and then for my country in particular. Everybody knows we are all looking for whatever you can do to make sure we have a stable economy, whatever any country can contribute to make sure that Nigeria rise to its feet again, so that we don't just live in our past glory. I think Madam Esther, she was making some comments. She said she was born during the Civil War. And those stories are not what we want to reoccur. So all hands are on deck, especially with my contribution and especially what I've garnered from AIU, to make sure there's no repeat of what happened during the Civil War. And whatever one can do based on the program I've already designed and we are working on, I think this challenge Nigeria is having today, very soon, will be surmounted. Thank you, AIU, for the privilege. Thank you for the knowledge. Thank you for the help, all the AIU teams, for the support I garnered from you. I think in a very few years to come, Nigeria will be at its feet again. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chris. Thank you so much. So we're going to move with Christopher Bitset. Christopher, please go ahead.
Okay, I'll start the clock for 3 minutes.
Can you unmute yourself, Christopher?
Yeah, there we go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Christopher. Not a doctor because I did a bachelor's, not a PhD. I did a bachelor's in business administration.
You're on your way.
Thank you. Okay, so I was a bit late because I was struggling with the network. I'm glad to see Dr. Freddie here. When I did my thesis and I was doing my presentation, we had a lot of issues with network. And it looks like it's this area where I am that is not well covered. Or rather, the capacity of the network is not strong enough. So I had a bit of a setback. I'm sorry about that. I am so privileged to study at AIU. First, for the reason that I couldn't have had the opportunity if I were to leave family, work, and travel to America to study. I didn't imagine that it was possible for me to do that. So when I got the opportunity and it was possible that I could use the internet, I could study via internet, I grabbed it with my 2 hands. And I'm glad today that I am one of those who will proudly say that I'm a graduate of AIU. Towards the end of my studies, started a project of, originally my background is real estate. I studied real estate. And just like the other speaker was talking about business management being a discipline that covers all areas of endeavor, I decided to study business management to have the conventional teaching so that I can understand business from the rudiments of it. And I'm glad I can say with some level of confidence that at this stage I have acquired that. I have decided to put together a company, Christian Bates and Partners. And the intention is to provide real estate services, but it is not going to be the regular kind of real estate services we see for those who are in Nigeria practice. I intend to see if I am able to bridge some gap that exists in housing in our country. Some statistics say that there's about 17 million housing deficit in our country. But I have noticed that most of the efforts provided by government, both federal and state, are usually in the urban areas. Very little is done in the rural areas. And if you go to our rural areas, you will find very poor housing arrangements where people practically live very close to conditions that are rather very inhuman. And I said that these people are also part of the country and there should be an attention given to them. I am not part of government, but with the knowledge I have gained at AIU, I have decided to put together something that will be able to provide a bit of that gap, if not completely, to provide rural housing for our rural populace. What usually is involved in housing has to do with land and the building materials itself. So access to land is one, and then access to building materials. I said access to building materials because the normal kind of building materials we have are usually very expensive. Some of them are not even from this country, they are imported. And so it's for only those who are very rich that can afford them. A little wonder that even the low cost houses provided in Nigeria, even in the urban areas, are usually not even affordable by civil servants and average people who earn the average kind of income. So because of the cost of building materials. So I'm looking at a possibility of using local materials like timber and possibly bricks and such other materials that can be found within the environment to see how I can work with the rural populace and improve in their housing conditions. I'm going to use the knowledge gained at AIU. When I was taking courses in business management, my class tutor would have noticed that most of the times I was jumping at most of the United Nations interventions where they were talking about inequalities, inequality in income, inequality in housing, and all of those. So these were some of the things that triggered my curiosity, and I began to think very seriously about this. So I am going to work with the rural populace and see how we can use the local materials in their environment, provide decent housing, and toilet facilities, because most of our rural people don't even have toilet facilities. They defecate in streams, defecate in the bushes, and you will agree that this is hygienically not good for us. So I am going to use the knowledge I have gained at AIU to work with these people and see how I can intervene in my own small way. I will continue to thank AIU for this knowledge. And I'm also looking forward to developing myself further. I have just done a bachelor's. I'm looking forward to an opportunity to read at a higher level at AIU. Thank you very much, AIU. Grateful.
Christopher, remember, as you go through these projects, you can turn them into your next degree. So as you're working on the project, you can write reports on what's happening and your progress, and that becomes your next degree.
Yes.
And so as you work on these things, you're actually doing your degree at the same time.
Okay.
So you're moving, your education is moving with the development of your knowledge.
Yes.
That's one thing to consider, because
Thank you.
you're doing great work.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Christopher. Thank you. So we are going to move with Iyabu. Am I correct? Also, sorry, Iyabu, right?
It's Iyabo Abare.
Abare.
Iyabo.
Yabo.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
All right. I'm so excited and delighted to be here. I'm sorry I came in late. I was looking at Nigerian time, 3 p.m. Maybe I miscalculated it, I don't know. So when I came in, I'm like, wow, this thing has started, you know, and well, I'm happy to be here though, and really delighted. And I'm so proud to be a graduate, a doctorate, you know, holder from AIU. And this journey actually started with my sister. She graduated, Dr. Joy Osazuwa. She graduated 2015. Yeah, we started together, and she just came to me like, big sis, you know, why don't you come? I'm doing this program. Let's just go, you know, and try this. You know, you've been wanting to do your doctorate, and, you know, sent in my letter, called, you know, after my email, I was given a scholarship and everything. I'm like, wow, is this for real? You know, and my courses, what actually made me like continue was I was allowed to choose my program, because I have like what my passion is for the elderly. You know, there are a lot of programs in Nigeria. Sorry, my name is Iyabo Abare from Nigeria. I actually live in Lagos. Okay, and you know, I have a passion for the elderly. You know, I love caring, you know, for people, but never really had an inkling maybe for children or women, because in my community, in my society, the elderly are always have been neglected, still neglected, you know, and even within the context of family, you know, or the society, they are still neglected. And so aging more or less looks like, you know, a problem, looks like a disease, you know, and every day we sleep and wake up, we're getting there. We are aging daily, you know, even ourselves, we are a day older. So I got interested, you know, in gerontology. That's why I had I've been a teacher all along, classroom teacher, English, but with a passion, you know, I was in the University of Ibadan. I did my master's in social work and everything. So I've actually been looking for where, you know, I can channel in, you know, my program, and I was asked to choose, you know, whatever, you know, where my passion, what is going to help me in my elderly, you know, in my elder care, because I registered a company in Nigeria. I have my own elder care business. You know, I'm into caring. I do home care. I've been doing it, you know, since I did my registration and all that. And you know, and I have a lot of caregivers. Right now, I do a lot of trainings. If you go to my Instagram page, you see all my trainings. I've done a lot of certifications. So my doctorate degree just came to cap it up, you know, like, you know, when I say I'm Dr. Iyabo Abare, the people like look at me like, wow, yeah. In what? I say gerontology, you know, in sociology. I love to study humans, elderly and all that. So AIU gave me that platform, you know, which I did, you know, and you know, payment was flexible, you know, in Nigeria, even now, our dollar rate is crazy. You don't even want to think about it. So when you think like you want to pay your fees and you see the exchange rates, you know, you want to go, you know, when you get a mail, your tutor says, Iyabo, and those mails keep coming, Iyabo, we are waiting for you, you can do this. The encouragement, like, come on, you know, we are waiting for you, we are checking on you, your tutors, you know, all the academic, you know, tutors and I was really, empowered, and I've used it a lot, in my program for the elderly. I do a lot of, I go to train people. I do the home care in their homes. Then I train the parents or the children of the elderly, because a lot of them, I specialized in Alzheimer's, and dementia in Africa. Let me put it, Africa, not just Nigeria. Once you have dementia, or Alzheimer's, you're a witch, you're a wizard. My mother-in-law, she comes, nobody understood, what Alzheimer's was all about, the disease of the brain, and, how to manage them and all that, And whatever I get from AIU has actually helped me, to be able to like disseminate all those information to my caregivers, to those I train every day, and which is still ongoing, and then talk to even the families, which is the basic, because if they don't even know what is wrong, they won't be able to manage, and maybe micromanage, the elderly, their parents, maybe loved ones, maybe uncles, aunties, and all that. And that's where my passion lies. And I want to say thank you to AIU, you have given me that platform, to get my doctorate, and then to pursue my dream of helping the elderly. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We are going to move with Brains Trust. Please go ahead, sir. You're muted.
Thank you so much, Dr. Freddy. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you so much for allowing me to share a prestigious title with you. And Dr. Lambert, now we are colleagues as doctors. Thank you so much. I treasure it so much, and thank you for all the support. I want to plead with Dr. Lambert that can he increase my presentation to 5 minutes, because I want to keep the time and to keep within to be disciplined, to keep the time. I don't know whether that is possible, because 3 minutes looks so little.
Okay, you got 5 minutes.
Thank you, Dr. Lambert. Thank you, sir. I said Wilberforce Paddy in Ahabwe, doctor, and my doctorate is in project management, and I come from Uganda, and I'm managing director of Brain Trust Consultants Limited. For those who came in late, I had already introduced myself. My motivation for doing this PhD, first and foremost, was I really wanted to reach a pinnacle of education, an apex, because I had already gotten 2 masters, one in economic policy and planning, and another in demography. And I thought that I could cap it all with a PhD, and I become a doctor. And I want to thank God that as I go towards clicking 60 years, it is I'm getting my next birthday my birthday gift of a PhD. Thank you so much, Atlantic International University, for making it happen, for making it possible for me to conclude this assignment. It has not been very easy, knowing that I've been sponsoring myself, and like my previous speakers were saying, it hasn't been very, very easy with the issues of lockdown and COVID-19. Getting funds to pay through has not been very easy, but I want to thank God that that has all gone very well. My motivation was again to make a contribution to society, and of course to get a platform as a doctor where you can be listened to, be respected, to put across your ideas, to influence policy, because without that, usually you speak and they just want to take you as another ordinary speaker. But I believe this time they want to listen to a doctor when he is speaking and bringing out issues of policy and public issues of policy and managing public affairs, especially resources and distribution of resources in this country. Because this is yet another, my other motivation was that this country, we are not supposed to be a poor country. We are not supposed to be a poor country. All the natural resources are here. We're just bad managers of resources at all levels. We just bad planners and bad managers at all levels. And I see a lot of wastage at all levels. I see a lot of inefficiencies. I see a lot of misallocations. We don't prioritize. We don't continue. We don't identify our priorities and go to them. So I have seen, I realized that we remain a poor country And I tried to find out why, to figure out why should we be a poor country yet we have the resources. And then I also saw the international commitment of zero hunger. And then I saw this looming hunger that is coming because the population of the world is increasing and will soon hit 9 billion. And yet the people have been producing food for the population, mainly are the aged, and so they are fizzling out. And so who's going to feed the increasing population? So, and I tried to look at Uganda, and I saw that even in Uganda, the youth, young people don't want to participate in agriculture and because they think that is a job that is full of drudgery and it's hard work, so they don't want to get associated with it. So who's going to produce the food? And so I did my research to see the trends of youth participation in agriculture in Uganda, and I found that it was declining. So I've come up with the policy measures in which we can advise government to attract youth back into agriculture, policy measures and the implications, which I think is going to help this country a lot. Because with agriculture, we are really competitive. But look, you have all the resources, but you're a poor country. And so that gap is what I've been trying to figure out how we can fill it. So as such, now that I'm a doctor, I have the wisdom. I'm looked at as the fountain of wisdom. I have the confidence, I have the knowledge, I have the skills that I've gained from my university. And I feel that I'm unique and repeatable, that I have what to contribute to society. So I'm going to do quite a lot of research. I believe I'm going to do a lot of publications. I'm going to contribute so much to policy discussions, policy dialogues. Right now, I'm already developing a paper to make a contribution to the discussion about agriculture that is happening in our country. So I believe that I'm going to be very, very useful in this country, and I'm going to be known as a great contributor. And I'm also going to do to impart skills and knowledge.
It looks like you need more time.
Oh, okay.
You need even more time.
Oh, let me wind up, Doctor. I'm going to do to impart more knowledge and skills in the project management, monitoring and evaluation to the technical teams in the government and development partners. But I'm also going to support youth. I have a PECOS program for economic empowerment.
You are a
people.
power and a force for good in your life and for everybody else. Can you feel that motivation? Can you feel that inspiration?
Thank you so much. Let me end here. I always want to have discipline in time management. So I want to thank you so much. Thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Paddy. Thank you so much for your presentation. We are going to move to the next first person, which is, we'll go with Patricia. Patricia?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Please go ahead.
Thank you so much for this time and this opportunity that you've given me, even to speak and just to appreciate the university. Initially, I'm a banker by profession. And initially, the course that I was taking, I was doing teaching methodology with a view of lecturing in banking and finance, which is what I do. So when I was doing the methodology course, I came across educational psychology. So that triggered my interest. And that's how come after graduating, I decided to take up psychology. And the reason, because psychology is the study of mind and behaviors. And in the environment that I work in, it's always good to understand why people behave and act in a certain way, and then you can help to direct to better, for lack of a better term, to better decision making. And also,
I really found that interesting that you went from banking to psychology. I'm glad you're explaining that now.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so understanding the people that I work with and also the customers, you're able to even direct to better decision in their financial decisions that they make, also in their behaviors, like lifestyle behaviors. So psychology is linked to the study of the mind, the behaviors, and the life experiences and the stages of life that we go through. And it's very wide. And for me, it was very interesting. You need to read a lot to understand, but I found it as a challenge, a good challenge for me. And then when I was doing, when I had to choose the topic for my thesis, I decided to choose something that is related to the organization. So organizations in general, but I focused on the bank because that's where I am, and that is where I see the things happen. And that's where I would want certain improvements. Because in an environment like the bank, you find people are mentally tired and stressed, and people get the high blood pressures and different states of illnesses. So for me, I wanted to bring that home and also try to explore if we have facilities that would help somebody to enhance maybe their productivity, to motivate, and just to have a satisfactory life whilst working in an environment like an office where you're seated, like from morning to sometimes 19 hours. That's the time we knock off. So I focus so much on the well-being and the good health, so that just to see if the banks in my country were prioritizing those. And it was an eye-opener to discover that actually a number of banks are observing that. It's just that it's not so much talked about, it's not publicized so much. And which brings me to psychology, even in Zambia. It's sorry for lack of a better term, it's marginalized, and normally it's taken to it's associated with mental illness. You find that when there's a discussion or there's a platform or a forum which is talking about psychology, they will not look at it in places of work like a bank. Even in the teaching industry, I want to believe that people who are working in education, delivering education, one way or another, they need also to look at if psychology is actually practiced in those areas. So for me, I've taken a step. The next degree or the next study I'm doing, I'm just going to focus on the psychology in places of work, just to research and to see how I can add to that knowledge, the wealth of knowledge in our government and in our labor laws, just to make sure that this is being exercised. Yes, because I know that it is lacking. Yeah. The other thing I wanted to say was I almost gave up studying with Atlantic International. One of the speakers talked about the rate of the dollar to their currency. It's the same with Zambia. I think the past 2 years, it has gone up so much that I wasn't remaining with any money. I had to sell a few items for me to finish paying, to pay so that I graduate. I could have graduated last year in June, but I couldn't come up with the funds. But I think the knowledge that I've gained and where I am right now, it can't be compared to the amount of money that I've spent, and I'm willing to spend more for that light bulb moment that has just happened. For me, it's really, I'm so excited that even in my everyday life, I talk about the discoveries that I've made. So thank you so much, Atlantic University. I'm coming back in January. I just want to save up some more money, then I can start in January. Thank you for the opportunity. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Patricia.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So we are moving with Dr. Yusuf Abdul Razak. Please go ahead.
All right, thank you, Dr. Freddy. I thought you almost forgotten me. Okay, thank you very much. I want to first and foremost thank the Almighty who has actually made this possible for me. My dream has always been to be a doctorate degree holder before 40, and thank God I'm doing it at the age of 38. All praises to God, and I must also thank AIU for giving us the online campus, because with the level of activities and schedules of work, I just, I know it would be very easy if it was actually supposed to be a physical campus. So I thank AIU very much. I'm actually a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria. I'm also a fellow of the Institute of Taxation of Nigeria, and I've worked as an accountant for the last 10 years. I was the CFO of my company, where I'm currently heading as a CEO. I also have a private consulting firm where I also provide accounting services to other clients. And since it's actually been my dream to be a doctorate degree holder, I decided to actually go through AIU. And while studying and preparing for the thesis, I looked at virtually all the topics in accounting and taxation. And I was looking for something that would actually inspire me, something that will make me set a new paradigm and do something that is unrepeatable. And I also looked at the focus of AIU with respect to the SDG goals. I started to look at the impact of sustainability disclosure on accounting on performance of businesses. Because over the years, especially in our own country, Nigeria, we seem to be a developing country. And just like Dr. Felix has actually espoused the decadence we have in terms of the spillage and the impact of oil and gas in the society in the Delta. I find it quite interesting at this point in time to also look at how companies can also impact positively on the environment in which they actually gain their resources. And I was able to explore and discover that companies can still make profit while still taking care of the environment in which they actually work. Because our assessment actually showed that there is a positive relationship between reporting on sustainability disclosures at the same time performance of the business. And to that extent, I think I am also, while Dr. Felix is a sustainable engineer, I am a sustainable accountant. And I'm sure we can actually work together to account for sustainability. And I think the world's going to be a better place. Actually, it has been my dream. Right from when I was in secondary school, my friends always called me a professor. And I think AIU, I thank AIU very much because they actually made me a step closer to becoming a professor that I actually love to be in the nearest future. I thank you very much. I hope I won't spend more than 3 minutes, and I sincerely appreciate AIU, and I will continue to be a great ambassador of AIU. I have a lot of my friends who already joined AIU to consequence of my own performance and the outcome of my study. And I hope that I'll bring a lot of my friends to also join AIU in the nearest future. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all, and congratulations once again.
Thank you so much, Dr. Yusuf, for your presentation. We are going to move with Rosemary Chika. Dr. Rosemary Chika, please go ahead. You're muted. Can you unmute yourself? Dr. Edward?
I asked her to unmute. I think she just has to click the button. Let me try again. There.
Yeah.
Okay, we can hear you now.
Dr. Rosemary Chika. Yeah, I'm so happy to be in the midst of each and every one of you. And I'm also so happy to have, had the opportunity of being answered a doctor today. When I finished my degree, my first degree, and I have my master's. That was a long time ago, 2020. I was like, I wanted to start my PhD, but then I couldn't because I have 3 kids that are all studying medicine abroad. So it was, and when you are paying school fees in dollars, so it was really a huge capital intensive sort of. So the thing really hinders the opportunity, of, to embark on my doctorate degree as at that time. So I had to, work a bit to see that my children are able to, come up with their own academics. Luckily for me, I come across something on Facebook about AIU, I was so impressed. Then with the inspiration I got from my academic officer, that is Nicholas, so he was able to encourage and advise me that I should go ahead and I can make it. And I was just be so skeptical, like, can I really make it? And I was considering the cost because as it is now, all my children are still in school. Only one has just graduated out, two and stayed there under medical school. And I'm paying heavily for them. So I was contemplating whether I can really make it, by the point. So she now promised me that the school do grant, partial scholarship. And then with that, I think I should be able to, go ahead and really impact on it. And then I went ahead and then started doing the I know it, I've almost finished my phase 1, phase 2, and then after the graduation. People were like, how do you happen to make it so quick? I said that yes, because AI gives the opportunity for you to design your own curriculum, so that you can have everything done under your office or under your house. And with that design and with that opportunity, I think I was able to, So, and there are a lot of opportunities this offer. I had the advantage, of the degree that I have. So that the advantage of studying with AI, as you work on assignment, when it's convenient for you, then you can study at home or office, and you can access learning resources, online anytime you need it. You can determine the course, that are most relevant to you. Then enter it, when work is experience. So all these things, really make, my working and my schooling so easy, because I can sit under the comfort of my house, and then also I can sit under the comfort of my office, and then I will go ahead with my studies. And the studying, there are, benefits, I had a lot of benefits, of studying under AI, and there are a lot of stuff, I gained, when enrolling into the AI. Because of course, the clarity of purposes, because the university is very unique, help you to shape your knowledge, and it brings out, all the best from you, throughout the period that you have to deal with it. It gives a strong academic support through loans, flexibility, and affordable tuition fees. And it is a viable choice when striving for self-paced program, which affordable budget, flexibility, and quality, learning. So there are importance too, but being, gaining, and like now I'm a doctor, and the importance of being or getting that doctorate degree, I now have access, to positions with better wages. Then I also have perform as academic or research areas. Then I can also develop my own personal skills. Then I can turn even my doctorate degree can be turned into a job. Then the work contracts in the university environment. So I get a lot of things, in studying with AIU. And like now, I don't know, the pledge I've not got. So as a graduate of the doctorate in economics, I think I have to play, to give the utmost of performance, to participate in honest enterprises, to live and work according to the laws, of humanity, and the highest standards of professional conduct. Then I can replace service before profit, the honor and standing of the profession before personal advantage, and the public welfare above all other considerations in humanity and with the need for divine guidance. So I really thank AIU for the opportunity, and I really thank my God, because it's not an easy task anyway. I know what I went through, but I am happy that at least today I can stand to see my dream goal being achieved. And I'm really going to make use of it, like in my office, in my environment.
Looks like the connection froze a little bit.
Indeed, Dr. Edward.
Dr. Freddie, has Dr. Gloria Raphael talked yet?
Not yet, Dr. Edward. She is going to be the first. Yeah.
I see a comment.
Yeah. Yeah. Please go ahead, Dr. Gloria.
Good afternoon, doctors, senior doctors. Oh, I'm so delighted to be here. And to be very brief, I had 3 goals in life which I know that with this AIU, I'm on the way of accomplishing them. And the first one was on my desire to become a professor. I've always wished to be a professor. Then I was a lecturer in Winneba, University of Education, Winneba, Ghana. But at the point I changed my career path to human resource management, which I became the human resource manager. So I've always desired to be a professor. And looking at the way, the traditional way of going to school in Nigeria, because I reside in Lagos, the traditional way of going to school, it was not always easy for anybody working class person to graduate from one level to another. So it was becoming impossible for me. And to the glory of God, I was able to locate AIU. I am eternally grateful to this school. I resumed lectures with you. I enrolled for this program last year, November 11th, precisely. And by God's grace today, I am passing out with other of my colleagues. It's an honor. It's an honor. Then the accomplishment came because by God's grace, as I'm a doctor, I will start thinking towards going further academically to achieve that goal of becoming a professor. Then secondly, in career advancement, for over 10 years now, I've been a human resource manager across industries, both manufacturing, IT, media, and what have you. But as God will have it, at the end of this, when we had the webinar on exponential growth, I was impacted positively. And I took that courage to go for another interview where I got another higher job of becoming just like a consultant for a company. So presently, I have another company that I'm working with the present one that I'm the human resource manager. And there I am their HR business partner. HR business partner representing their company in Nigeria. It's an honor, it's a privilege. If not for the AIU knowledge and ideas I acquired, wouldn't have been possible. Then finally is the maturity in reading alone by myself. Is a goal that has been achieved. Before I thought somebody need to push me before I read. I need to go to class traditionally before I read. I need a lecturer that will say you must do this. But on seeing how things are being run in this school, this institution, this citadel of learning, I was exhorted to reading on my own. And I thank God I took that privilege to write on communication during my thesis. And I came out with flying colors. So I want to appreciate every one of us here, both those graduating and our honorable lecturers, academic advisors, and all that team working with us in AIU. You people are great. Thank you for allowing God to add feathers to our wings. It's an honor, and I will continually be grateful. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I remain Dr. Gloria Raphael.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gloria, for your excellent presentation. We are going to move with Dr. Oyefusi. I'm sure I hope I'm not, I'll have it right. Dr.
That is good. Yes, you have it right. It's Dr. Oyefusi.
Thank you so much. Please go ahead.
All right, thank you so much. Good afternoon or morning, everyone. And congratulations to us and thanks to the AIU team, both the academic and non-academic staff. It's such a privilege and an honor to be called a doctor finally. All right, so I have a background in human resources and my master's degree was also in global human resources, but I decided to add the doctorate just for knowledge, not for the title. And AIU helped me to achieve it. It was tough at the beginning because I have a very hectic workload. And combining that with my family was a huge task. But I'm glad I eventually finished it. Now, my thesis was on team and group dynamics, the effect on productivity and performance. I picked the topic because of the observation with my team, and I wanted everybody to move beyond just, this is my job description, I do it and off I go. I wanted productive employees, and I wanted to see how can leadership and the values of the organization support them. So my focus was building strong institution, looking at SDG Goal 16, and making sure that we have an organization that is an employer of choice out there, and that is also recruiting quality people into the organization and making sure that they are more productive. So that was why I focused on that on the thesis. And to say today that I've been able to achieve that, and I've moved beyond my current organization, supporting other national, local organizations, NGOs, even private sector, supporting them to build strong institutions, supporting them to ensure that there are strong systems and processes in place, and also building the capacity of employees to be productive. So this degree has also given me the confidence to step out. I'll be leaving my organization in the next 1 month to start a consulting firm, and also make sure that I have other smaller organizations, small and business enterprises, to have a strong structural systems in place that is sustainable. So thank you very much, everyone. And thank you, AIU team, you're fantastic and helping me to achieve my goal. I'm grateful. And congratulations to all the graduates. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We are going to move with Mamba. Can you please unmute yourself?
Is that Dave Mange?
Yes. Mamba?
I think Tulisile?
Yeah, Tulisile.
Still has to talk, and Dr. Harriet Nakigozi.
Hello.
Hello.
This is Dr. Harriet Nachigozi from Uganda.
Please, we can hear you.
I'm very excited to reach this day. Thank you so much, AIU fraternity, Dr. Edward Lambert, Cindy, and Renee. Thank you so much, team. I really desire to
We have shared so many emails.
Yeah, yes, truly. You have encouraged me when I was almost trying to see there is no way this kind, and you told me that I can really make it. I'm very grateful for it. I really desire to be a doctor and to strengthen myself, like career-wise, to improve my career. And that's why I took on this AIU. I had to search about these other universities. I didn't have enough money to enroll until I saw this opportunity that I can still work and stay in my country, as well as achieving my dream of getting a doctorate. I thank God that right now I'm a doctor, Harriet. I've received the promotion at my work. I'm now a performance improvement officer, strengthening health systems in Uganda, Ministry of Health. My topic was on the burden of cervical cancer, because this is some of the challenges we have, especially in people affected with HIV. I'm glad that I was able to complete my thesis, and Dr. Edward was my supervisor. And we really had to achieve as a country, because we had to make sure that we spearhead it in the country. We piloted, and now we have scaled up. I'm part of the technical working committee in Ministry of Health on the non-communicable disease. And along this, I decided to establish my own organization, Mission Across Nations, trying to equip some of these skills to make sure that we get vibrant health workers, to make sure that we are able to work out towards sustainable development according to Agenda 2030. It has empowered me to strengthen partnerships regionally and internationally, because now I have so many friends in USA, I have so many friends around Africa and even USA. I've got some fellowships from Makerere University, in management of sustainable health and development because of this. And I was among the 7 participants selected, sponsored by Karolinska Institute. I'm glad to report that I've completed this, as I was also studying for my PhD. Still on the same note, I was able to enroll on the leadership course with the University of Washington, and it was a leadership and governance to still equip more myself. But all I got this because they knew that I was a doctorate student by then, and they've entrusted me, and they had to equip my capacity as a girl child in Uganda. I'm very grateful for the opportunity offered. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hyatt. Thank you so much. So we're going to move with, I think we had it all.
No,
Tulisile Mamba.
Hi, everyone. Thank you very much once again. My name is Tulisile Mamba. I just completed my master's degree with AIU. I would like to say thank you to Dr. Lambert, especially for helping me when I was a bit struggling. I would like to mention that I have actually acquired a lot of skills and knowledge with studying with AIU, and I'm very proud. I have referred people to study with AIU, and I will continue referring my friends, my colleagues towards studying with AIU. I have benefited studying with AIU because I started mentorship and coaching through LinkedIn. And with that, I've gained recognition. Now I am not the one looking for jobs, so I get approached for job positions. As it is, I'm being evaluated for 3 positions as CFO for global companies. So I'm hoping that one of them will be my job. When I started, I developed a passion of sharing knowledge with other people, because in South Africa there is the employment rate is very high. So I was very passionate, or I'm very passionate about sharing knowledge. So I help people to start their own businesses instead of looking for employment, because there's so many people that are qualified there that are not getting jobs. Recently, we have gone through the riot. That was an eye-opener, because then we were short of food in the stores. So now we have started an organization where we start growing like the food for ourselves. So there's this organization which we are encouraging people to start their own businesses and not only look at one angle of the business, to do everything that you can do. So especially now, agriculture is one of the things that we are looking at and encouraging even the youth. I'm glad to say that we have 15 people that have joined this association, where we are now looking at doing the agriculture ourselves. In terms of mentoring, I have mentored 10 people in LinkedIn, and I'm still going to continue mentoring them. So I am very, very proud and I'm passionate about the knowledge that sharing knowledge with other people and advising them, and also giving advice in terms of financing, because when my thesis was more on credit management. So I do advise people what to be careful of, and when they go into or applying for a loan or getting any money on credit. So once again, I would like to congratulate everyone in this forum, and thank you, AIU.
Thank you so much, Mamba, for your presentation. Dr. Edward?
I think everybody has spoken except for Rosemary Chica. She wasn't able to finish before because her camera and audio froze. So if she can finish now. Let's go ahead, ask you to unmute your microphone. I'm gonna ask, yeah, there you go.
Hi, okay, for having obtained my doctorate degree with Atlantic International University, I would say that I, Dr. Rosemary Chika, haven't entered, the serious pursuit of new knowledge as a member of the community of graduate students.
Sorry.
Not. Yes. I should. Okay.
The sound quality is actually fairly low. I'm not able to really understand. Does anybody understand?
I think she's having a little bit of issues with the
very low
internet connection.
Okay. So just as I was saying, as a doctor in the Rosemary Chika, I'm saying I haven't entered the serious pursuit of new knowledge as a member of the community of graduate students of the Atlantic International University. I will strive to uphold the values of integrity, professionalism, and the scholarship. Then under my integrity, I will uphold academic and the economic honesty. Then I will conduct research, objectively, using my knowledge responsibly. I will not allow financial gain, competition, or personal ambition to crowd my judgment in the conduct of ethical research and the scholarship. Then under my professionalism as a doctor, PhD degree in economics, then I will share knowledge and the resources resulting from my research within the limits of intellectual property, my agreement. Then I will also contribute to the public understanding of the economical process and the impact of my results. I will also minimize the adverse effects of my research on people, animals, and then on the natural world. That as a scholarship, I will report my results accurately, regardless of the expectations set forth by myself, the economic, community, and funding sources. Then I will recognize the limits, of my knowledge and will pursue long life learning. I will fulfill my responsibility to mentor and instruct the next generation of economists.
Excellent. That is so great to hear. I'm glad you were able to come back and finish. Dr. Freddie, is there anybody else here? Adebayo?
Yeah, I think we have Lucia who just got in.
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Hi,
I'm
Lucia.
good. How are you? Hi,
Fantastic.
Dr. Edward. How are you?
Great.
Hello.
We're doing great, Lucia.
Lucia.
Please, you can go ahead.
Or Lucia.
Yeah, I'm doing okay now. I've been through some medical problems, but I'm on the mend, so I hope everything will be okay.
Why, yes. That is how life works. Life heals itself. The body heals itself.
Mm-hmm.
The mind heals itself. It's just a process.
Definitely.
Would you like to talk?
Okay, since I just joined now because I'm coming from another meeting, I'm not sure what you were talking about, but basically maybe I can introduce myself.
You introduce
my
yourself,
name is
tell us
Lucy
where you're
Nkomo.
from.
Okay, my name is Lucy Nkomo and I'm from Zimbabwe. I live in the capital city, Harare, and I work for an organization that focuses wholly on enduring health and public health. So I started with AIU for an MBA, which was something that I never thought I would have in my lifetime. because as a mother, a wife, a sister, you know, our extended family is equally important. So working, you also have this trailer, you've got your own children, and then you've got the extended family to take care of. So for me, at some point, I really never thought I would get my master's degree or an MBA, but it's something that I really needed, especially with my work and the ever-changing dynamics in the job market. So I had to really find a balance between getting my kids in school as well as getting myself in school. So when I got the chance to know about AIU, I jumped at the opportunity. And at first I was skeptical, but after some time going through the assignments and everything else and the support that I was getting from the lectures and the lecturers, I really felt like I had landed on a safe space. Everything was done according to my pace and time. And the best thing of all is I remember when COVID hit, a lot of changes happened in my family, and I couldn't even afford to pay my monthly tuition fees. I don't remember any other day I got a call from AIU threatening me or shouting at me, you know, like what other people do when they are following up on overdue payments. It was always a very polite call, and they would listen to what I'm saying and sympathize with me. And then they won't call you again. They'll send you like a gentle reminder, even via email. So that's one other thing that got me through the COVID era and everything else. And the scholarships, that was amazing. That was a very big plus, because at some point I was like, I don't think I'm ever gonna finish this. But when I got the scholarship, it was like an answered prayer. That's exactly what I needed. And it came at a very right time when I was almost giving up. And then that is now why I'm graduating now instead of in 2019 when I was supposed to graduate. But I had to, you know, keep on holding on and saying, okay, I know I'll graduate at some point. So now I'm graduating. I've already registered and started another program with AIU, my doctorate program. And I hope to complete that and graduate as well. So basically that's me.
Wonderful. Well, wow. You have a story
Excellent.
too. Overcoming challenges. And now you're graduating.
Lots of
everybody.
them.
Congratulations to everybody. But now is the time that you're going to take the AIU pledge. And the pledge is basically a promise, a compromise, a promise to further human rights and to make the world a better place with the knowledge that you have gained and actually the power and responsibility that you have now with your knowledge. So let me bring up the pledge, and Dr. Freddie Frages will have the honor of taking you through the pledge. So give me 1 second. Here we go. Dr. Freddie, please.
All
Everybody,
right.
everybody activate your microphones so we can hear you all.
Cameras and microphones activated, please.
Okay.
Okay.
Iabo,
Great.
activate your microphone.
Good.
Dr. Adenuga Adeleke, activate your microphone. Dr. Felix Valentine, activate your microphone. That's everybody. Okay. Dr. Freddie.
All right, great. Please, can you raise your hand, your left hand? What is it?
Left or right?
And repeat
That's
after
all right.
Right.
Left, right.
Dr. Freddie, can you say that again? Did you say left or right?
Right.
Yeah, I said right, please.
It's right.
Okay.
Right. As you say,
Right. And please repeat after me. As a member of AIU and an ambassador to society and the world,
As a member of society and the world,
United Nations higher order sustainable.
I commit to respect and exercise human rights
and to contribute to 17 objectives of the United Nations higher sustainable world.
Orderly, please.
To contribute to the 17 objectives of the United Nations.
Dr. Freddie, I think everybody is reading without following you.
Dr. Fred, can you take that again?
Yes, I think everyone is reading ahead you.
Yes. I commit to myself to respect and exercise human rights and to contribute to the 17th objective of the United Higher Orders for a sustainable world.
I commit myself to exercise rights to contribute to
17 of the United Nations sustainable world.
As the world moves towards exclusiveness of each individual.
as the world moves towards inclusiveness of each individual.
I commit myself to respect and exercise human rights and to contribute to the 11 objectives of the United Nations higher order for a sustainable world. As the world moves towards the inclusiveness of each individual, I made my place. So help me God.
Thank you so much.
That's reading.
Can we put down our hands?
Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Sunday, you are all going to graduate through the ceremony. It's a beautiful experience. At 2 p.m. on Sunday, Eastern Standard Time. Do you all have the link?
Please send the link.
I'm going to put the link into chat. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
That should be around 5 p.m. Nigerian time.
No.
I put the link into chat.
7 p.m.
7 p.m.
7 p.m. Oh, okay, 7 p.m. Nigerian time.
So right now it is 11 a.m. 09 Eastern Standard Time. So it would be about 3 hours from now on Sunday.
Okay. That's 7.
So that'd be 7.
It will be 8 p.m.
Dr. Lambert, somebody was asking a question, I think, on the chat board. Can you hear me?
So that means Nigerian 7 p.m.
Somebody was asking, do we need to come with a convocation gown? Someone asked that.
Well, during the celebration, after the graduation, you'll have another link to go to a celebration. It's good to put on your gown, be with your family, have some fun, maybe have something to drink, something to eat, have a little party, and then we all come together and have fun.
Okay.
So we don't have to wear it down.
All right.
During the...
I didn't quite hear that. Yabo?
I said, so we don't have to wear the gown.
I don't have gown. How do I go about my own? I don't have gown.
If you don't have the gown, don't worry.
Yes, I don't have gown. I don't have gown.
Some of you do.
I would love to have thereafter so that I can use it to take picture. I would love to have the gown and the cap thereafter so that I can use it to pose on my pictures. Then
I don't know. I don't know how you get the gown.
And how do I get a cap?
I don't know how you get that.
I
think you have to contact your tutor. Your tutor knows how to get that.
I'm glad to announce, Dr. Lambert and Dr. Freddie, I have received my certificate. I think I got a It was well built for me. I'm grateful for all your assistance. Thank you very much, Dr. Lambert.
So soon.
Okay,
Yeah.
You're welcome, Dr. Chris.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. I
Thank
think
you.
mine is on the way.
If Dr. Gonzalez could say just a few words before we conclude. Dr. Gonzalez is the provost, the director, the guiding light of the university. If he can say.
I just want to say that we are very proud of you and you deserve the best today and ever. Don't forget, this is your day. This is the first time that you jump to the exponential potential of yourself. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Everybody, we love you. We're here for you. Anytime you need us, your student section's open. You still have the library. We write letters. Anything you need, just let us know, okay?
Dr. Lambert.
Dr. Freddie, go ahead.
I want to ask a question. I want to know exact time for the graduation on Sunday, Nigerian time. Well, what time is our graduation on Sunday?
7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Okay,
Nigerian time.
7 p.m.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, please, I have a question.
Please go, Dr. Raphael.
Should I go on? Okay, thank you, sir. I got an invitation letter for alumni meeting by June 20th. June at Miami, USA. And I want to attend. I hope I'm free to do that.
Yes, absolutely.
Hello, doctor. Can you hear me?
Yes, absolutely. You are free to join that meeting.
Okay, sir. All right. Thank you, though.
All right. Have a good one, everyone.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Freddie.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
Dr. Lambert.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
So, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. God bless you.
What do I wear? As I don't have
Thank
graduation.
you, everyone. See you Sunday.
Bye-bye.
See you Sunday.
Everyone, I want to ask a question.
Bye-bye.
What do I put on? Because I don't have a gown, graduation gown. So what do I wear?
Check with your tutor. Check with your tutor.
What would I put on?
Bye-bye. See you Sunday.
Bye.